Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? So we are going to talk about merging today. And of course, what kind of merging? Well, the merging with the guilds. That's the kind of merging we're talking about today. And of course, if you guys want to know me better, I have been playing this game for about a year. My name is Dakanoth Fishman. And of course, obviously I've been doing tutorials on here for quite some time. And I thought, let's, kind of get into the point, which is that, but basically guild merging, right? It's the idea that basically you can take two guilds and bring them together. But there are some of the, I want to say the top 5 things you definitely want to look out for if you are one of those individuals in the middle of a merge. This is only going to really apply for those of you who are in the R4 to R5 command structure of your guilds, but let's get into it. So, having that said, if you are going to merge with your guild, one thing that I recommend you do is obviously merging with anybody is always, and I'm going to say this 157% of the time, if you are the one doing the merging, make sure that those that you are trying to merge with are not inactives. They're not people that, frankly, like to blow off Guild Fest and so on. Pretty standard, right? But of course, one of the things that I do want to recommend anybody that's interested in merges is that you probably should be allies ahead of time. Because frankly, if you merge, you're going to be working together. Now, I will say this. The second thing that oftentimes people look for in a merge is higher gift level. All right, now that may be nice, but if there isn't any activity, what is the point, right? And obviously, here's the problem with any guild merge that I've ever known. If somebody is going to go up and say, hey, we're going to share R5, believe me, not everything is all as salt and candy as it looks. Because believe me, where you might find that, somebody who is going to share the R5 structure, you got to know them before you just join them, right? Obviously, one of the problems with, doing any kind of merge or anything like that, and this is, I want to say, the third thing that I definitely recommend you kind of keep wary of, right, is promises. All right. And one of the things that I find that a lot of the times people will make are kind of the open-ended promises of, well, we'll take 50-50. We'll do, some people in your guild will join us, and then some part of your guild will go to ours. And then we'll put, half or so in your guild, and everything will be fine. Be very wary of that, especially if they are not people that you have been allied with. Because oftentimes, merges work for one guild, not two. I have seen people that have suggested that a merge will be beneficial for both. And that holds true for the most part for the people that are merging into the one guild. But the guys on the other end, well, they're going to get all the actives and more than likely aren't going to get the best deal. Now, one of the things that I want to say is the fourth most important things that almost any time a merge is ever going to occur is who are you allied with? Are you all allied with the same guild? If you're not, that may be a problem. You want to talk these kind of things out because, again, if you end up merging, you're going to apply different rules. Obviously, the different expectations and the different kinds of expectations that guilds have, whether that be, how they score in Guild Fest, to how they do KBK, to how they may nitpick everything a member does. These are the kind of questions that you definitely want to ask yourself in between the mergers before you just do the merge. Now, again, up to this point, I'm assuming that you have already kind of, established the first 3 rules. And believe me, all right, if you're new to merging and you've just started merging, all right, it doesn't become relevant until you get to the 5th step. When you're at the 5th step, I'm assuming you're either really small or you've just now gotten to a point where you might be at 4 or 5 billion might and you're looking to get up to that 10 billion, 15 billion mark. All right, now one of the problems with any kind of merge is that when you transfer command structure, all right, because essentially everybody in a guild that merges over needs to have very clear and defined roles. Otherwise, it causes chaos. Now, I'm going to say this without any certainty, but if you don't have line communication established, if there isn't in some degree some kind of conversation going on between the R5s and the R4s, and there isn't clear communication before the merge, that this guy does this guy does that, I guarantee you that merges are going to be sloppy as hell from that point forward and may not even end that well for either side. So I will say for the 5th rule, you definitely want to lay down the ground rules of who is going to do what and where. Because as soon as you merge into one guild, you have to cooperate together. And ultimately, the benefit of any merge, right, is that you're basically trying to make the guild more active and be able to fight better and be able to sort out those that aren't participating as well and ultimately improve the guild vision of whatever that guild is. Now, I often like to say that the 6th rule, and this is the bonus rule, I should say, is that basically you gotta have a vision, all right? If you're gonna establish a guild and the first thing you guys do is do nothing, well, that's not really all that exciting, right? And then you get some members, you start getting some farmers. Okay, great. Now you've got some fighters. All right, even better. But now, what are the missions from this point forward? Are you going to try to take forts? Are you going to be trying to take a kingdom? Are you going to go as far as to try to do feudal war? What is that ultimate place of stature, and how you approach it and the plan is crucial to getting your guild from one part to the other. And if you don't have that mission well established within the R4s, R3s, basically everybody in your guild, you're going to have problems. And I say that because it happens a lot where I'll see people that, you know, they're like, well, we're just going to merge. We're going to merge. We're going to be a big guild. We're going to be really active. And we're not going to have a clear purpose in life. We're just going to get in. And as soon as we're big and better, we're going to immediately want to merge again. And now here's the thing. Then this is the problem, I think, with any merge, right? Is that when you merge and you bring two groups of people together, you're ultimately going to have fights. You're going to have some people that don't agree with each other. You're going to have some people that leave. And one of the things that you got to be really, really careful with, especially with merging, is that once you do merge, I mean, really, you've got to basically do what you are intending to do with that merge. I mean, if you're going to be bigger, better, and fatter than everybody else in around, then you got to show that. And that means, you know, as soon as you merge, you better be burning people. You better be showing up to whatever that vision was going to be. Because ultimately, if you don't, very quickly, the people that merge in are going to find out, hey, this looks kind of similar to what I had before. Well, that's great, but why? Because some people, and I'm going to say this with some certainty, okay, have come accustomed to the guild of the name and the mission of what they were originally into. And the moment you transfer all those people in, some of them might stay, but some may not. And it really boils down to being able to clearly, concisely get that mission across so that everyone else who does stay is on the same page. But needless to say, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please check out the next video, and I'll see you guys next time.